Hey, what is up, YouTube? It is K-Rod here. I'm back with another good video for today. I wanted to cover the PBC fight card of Michael Coffie versus Mr. Gerald Washington. This is a pretty good fight, and I wanted to cover it. Figured it would make a lot of sense. And yeah, let's talk about it. So, Michael Coffie, 12-0. I want to say all by knockout, if I'm not mistaken. No, he's... Yeah, I want to say 8-9 knockout. Well, actually, no, we could just take a look at his box rec, right? No, I'm not going to go into that, but... Michael Coffie, 12-0. Out of the Bronx, New York. Stand up, let's go. Shadow from the 518. He's 6'5", 35 years old. He's a former Marine. And Michael, he's a damn good fighter. I'm not gonna lie. I really enjoyed everything that he did in his last fight. I thought he did everything right, trying to be the best he could be in that fight with Darmani Rock, who he knocked out in his last outing. I think what Michael, did in that fight is that he showed he can elusively break down his opponents and not go for a knockout, and that he did. He technically destroyed Darmani, and it was like such a good, intelligent way to knock somebody out. But the good thing about him is that he's a boxer puncher, so he knows how to use that muscle memory and how to analytically find the weaknesses out of his opponent, and then he makes those adjustments extremely quick inside the ring. And I find it very surprising because, nobody doesn't know who he is. People don't really give this man a lot of attention, but it's good that PBC gives him like a home for him to stay and for him to prove his worth in boxing, because Al Heyman, he's basically telling him, hey, look, if you want to make your reign in the heavyweight division, then I'm going to give you big, tough fights. And that he did. And good enough, he's fighting a really tough, crafty veteran in Gerald Washington. This is the guy that got knocked out by Deontay Wilder. Got beat by Adam Konatsky, Charles Martin, and then who was the fourth guy? The fourth guy was Gerald Miller. Damn, that's crazy. Wow. Dude, this guy has been... Dude, I have to say, his resume is really powerful, so he doesn't duck no smoke. But it's good that Gerald Washington is his next opponent. I think Michael is going to stop this guy once again. See, I don't hate Gerald Washington. I think Gerald Washington is a amazing fighter. But when we see Gerald Washington in really tough fights, especially with guys that know how to hit, he usually tends to struggle against those type of fighters, guys that do have boxer puncher ability. But when he meets a guy that he knows he can beat, I think you can understand why he's not as the biggest name out there to be worried about in the heavyweight division. But then again, the heavyweight division is the unpredictable division, like with every other division in boxing. But when it comes to the heavyweight division, all it takes is one, and heavyweights tend to have more of a higher upside when they hit you. So that's why it's always important to be educated on defense, no matter what weight division you fight in, because for me at least, defense wins championships. And I think if you don't have a lot of good defense in boxing, then more than likely you're going to get knocked out a lot quicker, and your career is not going to go that far if you try to think that you're not going to use any defense. So that's why I like watching guys that do have a slick style, but they're also athletically gifted. And I have a lot of respect for Gerald Washington. I think he's a very tremendous fighter. But when you do look at this man's resume, every time he stepped up to the highest competition, which, I mean, there's really no good fighters on here that he really defeated, because he's been fighting guys that you know, we don't even really know. I know Eddie Chambers, but Eddie Chambers was probably past his prime, you know, when he fought him, which, you know, he's 39 and he fought Chambers back in when? He fought him back in 2016, so yeah, he was like well past it, but I mean, like the younger version probably would have been a lot different coming in. But either way, I think, you know, he's still a good opponent for Michael. I'm not going to count out Gerald. I think Gerald could easily upset this guy. So this is going to be a really good game breaker type of fight where, you know, these guys know what a win will do for their careers. And I think of Michael, if he stops this guy, which I do have Michael Coffie stopping Gerald. But even though Gerald, he is the taller fighter, yeah, because Michael, he's about 6'5", and Gerald's 6'6". This might be a really difficult matchup because Michael, you know, he has a, what, like a 70-something arm reach? Yeah. Well, I mean, he's 6'5", and I wanna probably do like a wild guess. Maybe he has at least like a 79 or 80-inch arm reach. I could probably look it up. Hold on. Yeah, let me take a look at it. Michael Coffie. Yeah, his reach, right? Yeah, his reach. Yeah, his, oh wow, his reach is 83.1. Well, according to, according to Box.live and BoxRec, his reach is an 83. So yeah, that's actually pretty good. This is going to be a pretty good style matchup, I'm not going to lie. So, yeah, it's not really that much. I mean, Gerald is like 1 inch shorter, so yeah, I think this fight is going to be very awesome to watch. The only thing I'm really curious is like, how will Michael respond to Gerald's power? Because Gerald, he is a big, heavy hitter, I would say. But it may not show it in his last couple outings. But I guess, like, if you even look at the Robert Helenius fight, it still shows that, you know, he's still dangerous to hit you, you know, regardless of, like, what the outcome may be. So he does have that, you know, one hit it factor. Not like Deontay Wilder, because, you know, like, we obviously know, like, when he stepped it up against, you know, like, other levels of competition, especially to Charles Martin and Deontay and Gerald and Adam, he tends to gas out when he gets hit and clipped too much, and he breaks down very, very easily. I really do want to say he has a bit of a glass chin, which might be a big issue coming into this fight. But if Michael, if he outboxes this guy and gives Gerald a lot of issues where he can't really counter him and he can't really do a lot of things that he thinks he can do, then yeah, it's pretty much game over. Like, I don't see how, you know, Gerald really beats you know, Michael. But I think it's going to be a very interesting matchup, and I think Michael is going to give Gerald a really tough fight. Also, what we have on the undercard, or the main, the main card, you know, undercard, is James Martin and Vito Mielnicki Jr. rematch. I think this is a really good fight too. Not just because James washed Vito in his last outing, but I think this is a good matchup to kind of give a good build-up for this rematch, because I think Vito, you know, he's a good, like, you know, he's a good fighter. He's learning on the job. You know, like, we obviously know, you know, he's not the best boxer in the world, but once he, you know, like, once he hits you, you know, it's pretty much like lights out. He's a really good fighter. I like his discipline of him taking losses. You know, it doesn't seem like he really got destroyed from losing to a guy like James Martin. But when we take a look at his last 7 opponents prior to James Martin, you know, like, we tend to see that these guys are guys that don't have good records. I mean, if you just take a look at Stephen Poulain, 5-2, 30, but it's like, he's not really fighting anybody. So, like, you know, I'm actually kind of happy that he fought a guy like James Martin. And I mean, even if Vito does lose, which I want to say in James Martin, he's like the more slicker fighter. So, I think if he does the same thing what he did in the last fight, James will probably come out on top and defeat him. But it's pretty interesting because Vito, he's the taller fighter, so I think what Vito needs to do is just do what Xander did to him in the last fight. He needs to just let his jab go and stop letting people basically stop letting James catch him off his jab, and then he needs to move around and start working the body on him, because I can easily see James easily get knocked out by Vito. But it'll be interesting to see what Vito's going to do if he makes those proper adjustments to win. Because, it's just really weird of how he didn't make any adjustments and he just came forward and then he just easily gets styled on. So I think if he comes in with a different mindset coming into this fight, because I don't really like to say game plan, I think it's more to do with mindset. I think once he breaks down James, because I can easily see James getting broken down and getting stopped. It's just that Vito, he couldn't get to him, so James, he did a good job suppressing his inside fighting. So if he comes in with the higher, ring IQ mindset of coming in and analytically breaking down James with that mean jab and started working to his body more, then I could easily see Vito knocking this kid out. But if James does the same thing what he did in the last fight, James can easily win. But it'll be interesting to see where this fight will go. So I'm actually, pretty excited to see something like that go down. Also, for this bout that got canceled, for those of you that do not know, Devin Alexander was supposed to fight on this card. I guess that got canceled with Lucas Santa Maria. Santa Maria. I don't know anything about this kid, so I'm not really gonna go too deep into it. But it would have been nice to see Devin Alexander back. But I guess I think it would be better if he actually stays retired anyway. So I don't know. I was just kind of surprised that Devin Alexander wants to make a comeback. But yeah, hopefully if he does actually make a return, that will be interesting to see where things will go. Alright, so let's talk about Mr. Joey Spencer versus Dan Karpinski. See, now I don't know anything about this guy. Yeah, this guy kind of looks like he doesn't really fight that many good fighters. Yeah, I'm not really so educated on this guy. I think I've seen this guy fight before. No, I've never seen this guy fight, so I don't know why Joey is fighting this guy. Joey should fight somebody with high caliber. At least fight Chordell Booker. I would actually like to see that fight. Or if anything, I like to see him fight. I mean, it would be probably good to see him fight who else? Because there's obviously some good names out here. Oh yeah, Isaiah Steen. I would like to see that. That would be such a good fight. Austin Williams. Maybe Korobov. I wouldn't mind that. Christopher Pearson. He's okay. I don't think he's the best fighter in the world. Yeah, he got knocked out by Carlos Gongora. Yeah, man, I don't be hating on him, but nah, Gongora, come on, man. You should have stopped him. But nah, who else? There's a lot of competition out there for him. I know Mark DeLuca, he's gonna fight Charles Conwell, so I can't wait for that fight. He could definitely go after Vito. I like to see him defeat him, get him out the way, or face Kyron Davis. I'd like to see that. That I think stylistically, that makes all the sense in the world. Go after, I want to say Emmanuel Alim, but I kind of feel like Alim might give him too many issues. I don't know, man. There's just a lot of, I don't know. Maybe I actually wouldn't mind, Nikita Ababi. That would be even better, but I don't know, like, you know, if you guys could name 5 good opponents that Joey should fight, let me know in the comments, because I have some good opponents here, but I don't know if they're able to, like, actually, you know, take that call and start and actually fight him. But like, my personal fight that I think he should be in the ring with is Austin Williams, Isaiah Steen, Matej Korobov, and Nikita Ababi. I wouldn't mind that. Or I probably say, who's the next guy? The next guy after that would probably be, I actually wouldn't mind Vital. Vital would actually be a pretty good test for him. It's not like he's the best fighter in the world. I don't think so. But I actually wouldn't mind that. Or even go after that Russian guy, Basangurov. Yeah, Basangurov. Yeah, I think that would be good. Yeah, Kasan. Yeah, good. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Do you think this is a pretty good card? I think it's gonna be a good card. I don't know who would be fighting on the undercard after these 3 fighters, or like, you know, I'm just hoping that PBC does not give us like some 3-fight card similar to Showtime, which, you know, I don't mind that on Showtime, but I kind of feel like you know, like where things are economically with Al Heyman, he kind of seems to want to just set up fights that are with good names, but I feel like he needs to have a bigger undercard to make sure everyone should be seeing all the fighters that we want to see. Because, you know, I like Al Heyman. You know, Al Heyman is a really good matchmaker because, you know, he's an advisor. He obviously advises fights to be made. But if you were to ask me, like, would I rather see a 10-fight card instead of a 3-fight card, I would go better with that, because I know PBC can do it. It's just that who would be valuable to be put on a undercard on a PBC Friday night or Saturday night showdown? And I think it would be best to see more hungry younger prospects to be put on a PBC card, give them at least maybe $15,000-$20,000 to fight. I actually wouldn't mind that. That's just me, of course, but I'm probably pushing it there. But I think Al Heyman, at this point, he's probably only looking to make big fights to be made on PBC. And for anybody else that's going to be on a undercard, it's going to be non-televised, which that's going to be my problem, which I'm going to address in my next video. And then I'm going to talk about the Canelo situation with Caleb Plant, and then I think that will be it. But yeah, that's pretty much what I got to say, guys. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys into the next one. This is Kieran Rodriguez signing out. Have a good day, and bye-bye.